Number 10, the social lubricant lie. You just saw a friend trip over their own feet. It wasn't a bad fall, more of a dramatic, flailing ballet performance that ended with them in a heap on the floor. And what do? You laugh. You can't help it. And they laugh too because your laugh is contagious. But have you ever wondered why? We think of laughter as this universal sign of joy, a reflex that says, I am happy. But more often than not, laughter is a social tool. It's a way for us to signal that we're on the same team. When you laugh at your friend's clumsy stumble, you're not secretly a horrible person. You're subconsciously communicating, this situation isn't a threat. We're safe. We're in this silly moment together. This is why we almost never laugh alone. Think about it. You could be watching the funniest movie in the world by yourself, but the gut-busting, tear-streaking, floor-rolling laughter only really happens when you're with other people. Your brain is wired to use laughter as a social lubricant, a way to build and maintain bonds. It's like a secret handshake that says, I trust you and I understand you. The punchline is, our brains are basically a group of middle schoolers nervously trying to make friends at a new school. Number 9, laughter is a mistake. Imagine you're a caveman. It's a pretty average Tuesday. You're out hunting for a woolly mammoth, and your best buddy, Grog, is with you. Suddenly, Grog points to something and yells, but it's not a mammoth. It's just a giant, friendly-looking squirrel. Your brain, which has been on high alert, just processed a potential life-or-death situation that turned out to be a complete non-threat. And what happens next is a neurological misfire. Your body releases all this pent-up tension in one explosive burst of sound and motion. That's laughter. It's the sound of your brain screaming, false alarm, I almost just peed myself. This is called the benign violation theory, and it's the leading idea about why we find things funny. A joke, a pun, or a slapstick moment works because it presents something that seems wrong or threatening, a violation, and then immediately resolves it by showing that it's actually harmless, it's benign. Your brain gears up for a problem, and then, when it realizes there's no problem, it dumps all that energy into a laugh. This is why you laugh at a punchline you didn't see coming, or why you giggle when you almost drop your phone. It's not because you find the situation hilarious on its face, but because your nervous system just dodged a bullet and now it's celebrating. Number 8, the fear giggles. Ever been in a situation that's so terrifying you feel the sudden, overwhelming urge to laugh? Like when you narrowly avoid a car crash, or when you're watching a horror movie and you just can't stop giggling at the scariest part? This isn't a sign that you've lost your mind. It's your brain's weird, twisted defense mechanism. Laughter, in these moments, is your body's attempt to regulate intense emotions. When you're faced with extreme stress or fear, your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response, goes into overdrive. Your heart pounds, your palms get sweaty, and your brain is screaming, run! But your parasympathetic nervous system, the chill-out system, wants to bring things back to normal. So it fires off a laugh. It's a biological reset button. The more intense the fear, the more chaotic the laughter can be. It's a kind of nervous energy release, a way for your brain to say, this is too much, I need a break. So the next time you find yourself laughing at a funeral or during a tense family meeting, just know that your brain is basically trying to do a system reboot to keep you from totally losing it. Number 7, the laughter paradox. Think about a moment when you were genuinely happy. Maybe you're on vacation, eating your favorite food, or spending time with someone you love. Did you just burst into laughter out of nowhere? Probably not. Laughter is rarely a direct response to happiness itself. In fact, it's more of a reaction to surprise, to a sudden violation of our expectations. This is the big paradox of laughter. It's not a pure expression of joy, but a way of dealing with the unexpected. If someone tells you a joke, the humor comes from the setup creating one expectation and the punchline subverting it entirely. Your brain, which loves predictability, has to work to resolve this tiny contradiction. The resulting laugh is the sound of that cognitive dissonance being resolved. It's a little like how a computer might make a strange whirring noise when it's trying to process a huge file. The laugh is the biological equivalent of that whir. It's your brain's way of saying, wait, what? Oh, okay, I get it now. Phew. This explains why a well-timed pun can be so effective and why a joke that you've heard 100 times doesn't make you laugh anymore. The surprise is gone, and with it, the humor. Number 6, the tickle reflex. You're a grown adult and you're ticklish. Why? You can't tickle yourself, and you probably hate it when other people do it, yet your body reacts uncontrollably. This isn't just a quirky biological glitch, it's a leftover from our primate ancestors. Tickling is a form of play fighting, a way for young primates to practice self-defense while signaling that they're not actually a threat. The initial touch, the violation, triggers a fight or flight response. But the familiar context, the person doing the tickling is a trusted friend or family member, tells your brain it's benign. So, what happens? Your body has to release that tension and confusion. The result is a mix of flailing and hysterical laughter. The laughter isn't a sign of enjoyment. It's an involuntary signal to the person tickling you, saying, "I surrender! Stop! This is not a real fight!" This is also why you can't tickle yourself. Your brain knows exactly what's coming. There's no surprise, no benign violation, so there's no need to release tension with laughter. It's a primitive, hardwired program designed for social bonding and de-escalation, but in modern society, it mostly just makes us look silly. Number 5, the sarcasm detector. You know that friend who says something in a completely deadpan voice and you know it's a joke? Or that one coworker who can deliver a sarcastic comment with such an unreadable expression that you have to take a moment to figure out if they're being serious? The reason we laugh at sarcasm isn't just about the words. It's about the contrast between the words themselves and the context. Sarcasm is an example of what linguists call pragmatics, where the meaning of what's said is different from the literal translation. Your brain is a sarcasm-detecting supercomputer, and it has to do a lot of heavy lifting to parse the tone, facial expression, and social context of a sarcastic statement to figure out the intended meaning. The laughter that follows is your brain's way of celebrating a successful data dump. It's the neurological equivalent of a little trophy that says, "I figured out the hidden meaning and didn't fall for the trick." It's a moment of cognitive victory. In essence, every time you laugh at a sarcastic joke, you're giving your brain a pat on the back for being so clever. Number 4, contagious laughter. You're in a room and someone starts laughing. It's a real, deep belly laugh. And then you feel it. That little twitch at the corners of your mouth, the sudden desire to join in, even if you have no idea what's so funny. Before you know it, you're laughing too. Welcome to the wonderful world of contagious laughter. This phenomenon isn't about the joke. It's about a primitive social cue. Your brain, specifically the motor cortex, is automatically mimicking the actions of the person who is laughing. It's the same part of your brain that makes you yawn when someone else yawns. Laughter is a powerful, nonverbal signal that communicates a feeling of safety and shared experience. When you hear someone laugh, your brain interprets it as, "It's okay to relax. This situation is non-threatening." This is why laugh tracks on TV shows exist. They're designed to trick your brain into thinking you're in a room full of people who are having a great time, making you more likely to laugh along. This biological mirroring is a deep-seated part of our social programming. It's the ultimate icebreaker, a way to instantly connect with people and break down social barriers, all without anyone even saying a word. Number 3, why we laugh when we're nervous. Ever found yourself laughing at a completely inappropriate moment? Maybe your boss just told you that your project is being canceled, or a close family member is sharing some bad news, and you just get a case of the giggles. This isn't a sign that you're a sociopath or that you don't care. It's actually a classic sign of emotional overload. When we are faced with a situation that is overwhelmingly sad, stressful, or tense, our brains get hit with a flood of cortisol and other stress hormones. Laughter, in this scenario, acts as an emergency pressure valve. It's a way for your brain to dump that excess nervous energy and attempt to bring your body back into a state of balance. It's similar to how some people get a burst of manic energy when they're exhausted. Your body just wants to get back to a baseline, and it will use whatever tools it has at its disposal to get there. The laugh is a biological glitch, a symptom of a system that's been pushed too far. So the next time you find yourself laughing at something you absolutely shouldn't be, just remember that your brain isn't mocking the situation. It's desperately trying to cope with it. Number 2, the pity laugh. You know that friend who tells a joke that just doesn't land? It's awkward. The silence stretches on, and then someone, maybe you, lets out a single pathetic laugh. That's not a laugh of enjoyment. It's a laugh of empathy. Your brain has just processed a social violation, the failed joke, and your body is desperately trying to fix it. This is a form of social camouflage. By laughing, you are not only signaling to your friend that you heard them, but you're also trying to make them feel less embarrassed. You're essentially lying with a laugh. This is why a laugh can be so incredibly disarming. It's a way of saying, I see you. I'm here for you. We can move past this awkwardness together. It's a pro-social behavior, a way for us to maintain harmony in our groups. The pity laugh is a silent conversation that says, I understand that you tried, and I'm going to help you save face. We are so incredibly hardwired to avoid social conflict that we will literally make a weird, gasping sound just to make sure the other person feels okay. It's one of the weirdest, most selfless things we do. Number 1, the laughter hierarchy. Have you ever wondered why some people make us laugh more than others? Or why we are more likely to laugh at the jokes of someone we respect or admire? Laughter isn't a flat, equal opportunity emotion. It has a hierarchy. We tend to laugh more readily at the jokes of people we feel a sense of rapport with, people we perceive as being higher up in a social structure, or people we are trying to bond with. The reason is simple. Laughter is a form of submission and acceptance. When you laugh at someone's joke, you are, on a very basic level, agreeing with their worldview and their sense of humor. You are signaling, I am with you. I am on your team. This is why it's so hard to make your boss or a teacher laugh. There's a power dynamic at play. You are subconsciously more worried about maintaining a professional demeanor than about having a shared moment of hilarity. But when your friend tells a joke, the laugh is an easy, effortless sign of your established relationship. It's a constant, low-stakes way of reaffirming your bond. In a way, every time you laugh with someone, you are cementing your social standing with them.